Hey guys, what's up? How ya doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about the seven deadly sins, four nights of the apocalypse, or Nanatsu no Taizai Mokushiroku no Yonkishi on episodes 9 to 11. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys might be thinking, this is very late again, what is with you? Yeah, I've been busy with a lot of things, and I was kind of hesitant to actually want to talk about these three episodes, but I decided to do it anyway, considering that Season 2 of the Four Nights of the Apocalypse is coming up very soon, which won't be too far away, considering that August is coming to an end, and by all means, yeah, let's just get the start right away, okay? We have to it that, An and the others are, traveling together, getting ready to go to the town of Kant. Although, that was the next plan in action, Sin says we should gather some materials and get ready to go. But on the other hand, says otherwise, that we should go there right away. But Sin says we could end up dying if we're not prepared. But when they arrived at the town, things kind of went to a certain weirdy turn, I guess. Because it looks like to me they got scammed, they got into a trouble. Because in this episode right here, we get to see an old face of a holy knight named Hauser. Apparently, he is in a state of a drunken state right now and not in a very happy mood, Whatever the case may be, Donnie sees him right there and they end up getting into a nasty scuffle. I don't know. One thing was certain is that, things kind of went to a bad turn after we reached the end of the episode when it came to Hauser himself. And I'll get to that just a moment, There's a lot of details about it, which I will explain later down the line, and so forth. All I can really tell you, episode 9 involves, our friends entering, the town of Kant, except it's not really the kind of town you don't want to enter. And what I mean by that is where episode 10, where episode 10 comes in, This is where, things kind of went to a very bad situation because episode 10 reveals that it is a bandit-like town, scamming people, kind of thing. Even Nazians knew something was up here and there. Other than that, there's a guy named Eldian whatsoever, which apparently we get to know about his backstory, which I'll explain later down the line. He apparently is leading a group of bandits that rob people of the things, but lets them go, Although, that is later revealed in episode 10. But other than that, Percival and his friends kind of got thrown into jail and get ready to be in some kind of trouble whatsoever. The reason why Eldian is top notch is because he has a dragon under his thumb right now by having a dragon egg. Thing is though, there's one problem though. He doesn't really have the real dragon egg, and that real dragon egg is actually already hatched and in a weakened state. Eventually that was found in a dungeon that Nazians and the others are are pretty much in a certain situation are part of, whatever the case may be. Down the line, all I can really tell you is that, throughout the episode 10, they are in some serious trouble because the dragon egg that Eldian, which Donnie is actually acquainted with, which is he calls him Big Brother whatsoever. The dragon egg was a fake of illusion that was part of his magic whatsoever, whatever the case may be. And eventually, because of the dragon finds out the truth, goes on a rampage, destroying the town here and there. Donnie and Eldian almost got themselves killed if it wasn't for Percival intervening, that kind of thing. So, yeah, pretty crazy stuff, whatever the case may be. And of course, that's what it is about episode 10. All I can really tell you is that, Percival and his friends got into a bit of a scuffle, and now there's a dragon attack because of Eldian's foolishness. Now, when it comes to episode 11, this is where all the revelation is revealed, We get to see Hauser, in episodes 9 to 11, has been in a very bad drunken state because of his failure, and he's really upset at Donnie and Eldian. We get to see that Sin gets really upset about this after looking at him and realizing the situation and calls him an idiot. After getting some sense talked into him, we have to it that eventually Hauser asked Nazians to get rid of the alcohol in his body, And despite Percival, his best efforts to fight the dragon, he was unable to do any everlasting damage, But eventually we get to see to it that, that Hauser will later on show up undrunken by his stupid state whatsoever and eventually defeats the dragon. Eventually, the baby dragon is restored to health, and the dragon is happy, and there's no rampage anymore. As for Eldian, he is pretty much walking away knowing that he's done a lot of bad things and he's just going to run away, you know? Hauser, on the other hand, refuses to let that happen and punches him in the face, you know? And therefore, after telling him that it's his fault for not being considerate and not understanding how to become a proper instructor or a teacher or a master, which is very understandable. Sometimes, you know, when you're an instructor or a teacher trying to teach Donnie, trying to teach people, sometimes your methods doesn't really tend to work, and it's pretty much different for everybody. I don't know. One thing's for certain is that that Hauser says, let's try to fix up our sins and make things right, and then let's start over as a holy knight, you know, that kind of thing. And then we have to it, Eldian decides to start over after hearing some words of encouragement. As for Donnie, you know, despite Hauser accusing him of stealing a piece of a coffin of eternal darkness, you know, and after being told the truth by Sin himself, the fox, and revealing that he actually works for the Majesty, which I won't reveal here because we all know who that is. Unless you watched the 7 Deadly Sins from the very beginning or read the manga from the very beginning up until this point or up to date with it already, you'll understand who that Majesty really is. I'm not going to say it here because I'll just keep it a surprise because anyone who's a 7 Deadly Sins fan or been keeping up with the series at all should already know who that is. Other than that, the Coffin of Eternal Piece of Darkness, you know, Donnie refuses to hold it, you know, which I don't blame him for. As for Percival, he decides like, hey, I'll hold on to the thing. And later on, Hauser decides to make it into a mini sword for him, which I thought it was pretty cute and awesome because that's when we get to see that Percival finally owns his own kind of weapon. Aside from the knife that he carries from his father, he uses that as a stinking kitchen cooking knife. Other than that, you know, whatever the case may be, is like pretty cool stuff, you know, seeing our friends going into better action, you know. But anyways, that's about it. Anyways, I know I've been a little confusing here and there. All I can really tell you through the 7 Deadly Sins, 4 Nights of the Apocalypse, episodes 9 to 11, it involves our group of friends, Percival and his group whatsoever, enter a town named Kant. They get into a very bad situation considering that it's a bandit-like town stealing from people and so forth, led by Eldian, but that guy's still a good guy. He just doesn't know how to do it right, you know. And then there's a dragon attack because of Eldian's foolishness, and then eventually with the help of Hauser, who apparently is out of his drunken state, you know, he decides to stop the dragon and then try to make amends with Donnie and Eldian, you know, and so forth. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. And then Percival gets a new weapon, you know, and then gets ready to go into action with his other friends, you know, which I thought was pretty cool here and there. So looking forward to see how that seeing how that turns out with this new weapon whatsoever, you know. Yeah. Anyways, sorry that it took a little while and me being a little lazy. I should have done these these kinds of episodes last week or so and be consistent with it, but I've been a little tired and lazy, you know. Not everything's about just me just watching anime, you know, because I got a life too, I got work kind of thing. But other than that, yeah. Anyways, enough of me rambling on. Like I said, episodes 9 to 11, group enters a town, gets into a bit of scuffle, eventually fights off a dragon to stop its rampaging, but with the help of a real true holy knight, which is Hauser, by the way, they managed to stop it, return the baby dragon to the mother, and then Percival gets a new weapon that was made from the eternal coffin of darkness, you know, which is almost similar to what it was in the series at the very beginning of the 7 Deadly Sins, which I won't explain here because unless you watch the series or read the series, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Anyways, looking forward to talking about the next 3 episodes, possibly next weekend, and the ones after that, and much more after that, because season 2 is coming up, and I'm looking forward to it, you know, and so forth. So, until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. So, I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot.